years now. Okay, and I have been working here. So whatever you call it, a workshop or session, whatever it may be. Okay, so today we would be understanding few things. Not today, like for the upcoming 5 sessions, we would be understanding few things such as what is generative AI. Along with this, we would be understanding what is the reason it has taken so much of boom. Okay, and how exactly are the works, tasks, and everything which are performed within this industry when you say, and what are the things which you need to have knowledge about, or which you should know before getting into this industry. Okay, is there anything else, or if we can have someone who is expecting something else apart from this session, we can have a discussion over it right now. Anyone? Yeah, see, we have 21 participants, and I want a little bit of interactive session to make it more interesting. Yes, can anyone unmute themselves and let me know? No one?
Students, I given that unmute access. You can able to unmute yourself and you can ask your questions.
Yes, you can completely, because you are here, you are investing 1 hour of your day. Obviously, there is something which you would be needing as a session, a knowledge about something which in your mind, that's the reason you are here. So I believe if you going ahead and asking me about anything would make me more happy instead of what I have and I have to tell it to you. Okay. So let's make sure that we make it interactive. Can anyone just say a yes by unmuting? Yes, anyone? No one, I see. Okay. So chalo, let's start. So I'll make it sure that I won't make it a boring PPT based sessions for you. Okay. So within this 5 days of workshop, I believe the topics which I need to go ahead and cover with is what is AI. Okay, the big question, the what is AI? Comparison between descriptive AI and generative AI. Okay, we would be getting into some basic concepts of NLP, what is natural language and how we can make a machine understand what actually we are talking about. Okay, and yes, the word prompt engineering. Yes, we do see in the past 1 or 2 years, we have seen a lot of jobs opening for this, which is known as prompt engineering. Okay, and how to go ahead and write a prompt, or how to go ahead and talk with a language model is something which we would be understanding within this session. Just before that, I need to understand from you guys that what do you think, when was AI introduced? Okay, when was AI introduced? Can anyone tell me?
2016 around.
Sorry, Nitin.
Around 2016, I
Around to
think so.
Nitin says around 2016, where AI was born. Okay. I have something to tell you guys. Okay, it was not around 2016 or anything. Okay, let me just tell you, it was way back than what we think. It's only because in the recent times it has gained a boom because of the availability of resources. But AI is something which was introduced long back in 1950s. Okay, at that time we were not having enough resources, or we can say enough processing or enough GPUs, which we say right now, were not available to go ahead and process or to make a language model run. That's the reason it didn't take a boom, and obviously the data was not available. Okay, as and when the time is moving, we are having enough resources in terms of technology. We have big GPUs available which have high computational power and everything. That's the reason this industry is taking boom. So don't be in a false mindset that this is something which is newly introduced. This is something which was there initially back in from 1950s. The only reason why it was not in a boom because of the limitations in processing powers, or going ahead and training or utilizing this concept by lack of data. Okay, this was the only reason it was not in a boom initially, and it has taken a boom because now we have all that available with us. And as and when we would be enhancing in this technology, where chips and everything, the processing power would be improving and increasing. As and when we would be having more data, this industry is going to take boom. Now what you are seeing is just a tip of an iceberg, okay, nothing else. Artificial intelligence in itself is a concept. Let me just give you, not go for a Google definition or any other definition, let me just give you a simple definition of artificial intelligence. Artifi- Human intelligence is how we go ahead and react to something, how we go ahead and learn, and how we go ahead and understand something. Giving machine that brain to think like human, to react like human, to respond like human is something which is called as artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence, there are some concepts which has been introduced like data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Many things revolve around each other. Many of us who are new into this industries or who are on the internet, s- searching for a domain or come across this topic, always get confused that what exactly is the difference between this. Do anyone we have, you can at least raise your hand and let me know that you have came across this question, that what exactly could be the difference between data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Do we have anyone who have encountered this question ever in their mind? Yes, anyone? Yeah, so let me just tell you, okay, what exactly and how exactly these are interrelated with each other. Okay, so how it starts. So the very important thing, something which is data. Okay, till you don't have data, you cannot proceed further. Once you have the data, what comes is going ahead and pre-processing the data. Let's, for an example, say I have an Excel file. Okay, an Excel file goes ahead and explains all the historic data about sales, whatever it may be. Let's just take example of sales, it would be easy for us to go ahead and relate. So a past data of sale, that how the company has performed sale, how 100 company ka data, that how they have performed during the course of time, within a year, like जून में उनका कितना सेल्स हुआ, फरवरी में कितना सेल्स हुआ, जनवरी में कितना सेल्स हुआ, for the past 10 years is what the data says. Okay, so going ahead and understanding the data, pre-processing the data, working on the data, making the data in a format which could be understandable to a machine, okay, is something which is called as data analytics. Okay, then going ahead and making the model learn on that data, that this is the pattern or this was the trend which was followed previously in the previous year by this company. I want you to go ahead and understand the pattern and help me to understand that I being a company, how I would be going ahead and performing in the upcoming year, such as sales prediction. We have seen weather prediction, which we called as weather forecasting as well. So understanding from past data and implementing the patterns, or understanding the patterns and implementing the learning to go ahead and predicting the future data is something which is called as machine learning. Okay, so I'm within this, I made you understand what is analytics and what is what we say machine learning. Here you are going ahead and using the data to go ahead and predict something. Okay, that is called as machine learning. You are seeing the data, you are working on the data, and you are doing analysis of the data, creating flow charts, creating graphs, and making it in a readable format to any person who is not aware about how to read an Excel sheet. There may be a possibility, and if you can go ahead and represent in the form of graph, it would be in a better understanding way to that user. So that is called as descriptive AI, where you go ahead and describe the data. That term is described as descriptive AI. That doesn't mean machine learning means generative AI just looking at the screen. If you want to know the understand between descriptive AI and generative AI, descriptive AI is something which I just explained you, that on the current data you go ahead and describe it, do analytics, and make it available to the user to go ahead and read it. Okay, that is called as descriptive data. But machine learning is something where you go ahead and predict. Still, the question comes that what is generative AI? So here is the difference. You here go ahead and define the patterns for which the machine should understand. But giving machine the ability to go ahead and understand the patterns on their own using neural networks, you can say, or using unsupervised machine learning, you can say. I'm sure that few of us won't be familiar about this concept, but this is something which is the base or the root of generative AI, which we called is also called as a data science. Okay. But yes, using unsupervised machine learning and using neural networks in which we go ahead and mimic a human brain, where the machine is understanding from its own mistakes, going ahead and understanding the patterns on its own, is something which is called as a generative AI. Okay, where the machine learns on the pattern itself. So a very popular application which we all have obviously used. I am sure that if I have 39 people in this meeting, this 39 people would have used ChatGPT. Okay, where you go ahead and ask it anything in the world, it would be able to go ahead and answer you with that. Okay, but I don't think so is what ChatGPT or OpenAI, the company which have, or the company which have built ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an end product which you go ahead and use, but OpenAI uses a model, a language model at the background, which is known as GPT 3.5. Okay, which is capable of going ahead and giving the answers to your question which you go ahead and ask it. You try to manipulate is as much as you want within the chat, but it will still give you a response which is correct. Okay, how they are actually trained and how this thing is born and what is the logic behind chat gpt is something which many of us would be knowing, but the people who don't know, let me just help you. It's based on the concept known as generative AI, where it generates each and every word. Okay, and how it is possible to generate each and every word. Okay, so how they are trained, let me make you understand that in quickly. Okay, so basically they are trained in such a way that each and possible conversation or each and possible thing which could happen in the world is been given to that machine or is been given to that model, that if someone says this and this is something which could be said further, if this word come, this is the probability of this word coming further. So whatever we have talked from past 70 years or 50 years, 100 years, a data has been collected, and whatever English as a language says, like ये word के बाद ये word आएगा, if this could be the question, this could be the answer, it has been trained upon that continuously. Like if this is the series of word, this could be the series of word after that. Okay, if these are the words, then these are the expected word which could come after that, and this could be the mistake in the word. If you've been asked to perform this task, then this is what you are expected to do. This, if this word comes within this sentence, this is what you are expected to do. So trillions and trillions of words have been used, or trillions of token, I could say, the proper word would be here to say, have been used to go ahead and train this model. Okay, as I said initially, I started my session with chips and what I say electronic chips, and I mentioned few processing GPUs and everything. Initially, they were not available, and also the data was not available. But nowadays, this thing have become a little bit available in the market. I won't say cheap, but they are costly, but they have become available in the market. That's the reason the processing is become simple, simple to go ahead and use or utilize what we called is as AI or machine learning or training process. Okay, due to the availability of all these things, we are able to go ahead and train this machine on such a big data. Yes, someone did ask me that how long it takes. Trust me, it takes more than 3 to 6 months to go ahead and train one model of trillions of token. Okay, so ChatGPT 3 point ChatGPT is an end product. Behind the scene, it uses models such as 3.5 Turbo, 4, and recently, which is available to the people, is which is 4.0, which has been recently introduced, which is trained on more big level of token. So this training takes 6 to 10 years. Sorry, 3 to 6 months to go ahead and train these models. Okay, so 3 to 6 months you are training and using this processing unit, so it burns like millions of dollars to go ahead and train this model. So that's the reason it's not everyone, do you know, not everyone would be going ahead and able to go ahead and afford this or invest so much into this. Okay, so that's the reason this brought uniqueness within chat gpt, and that's the reason it's still niche in the market. Because going ahead and training it, cost is also involved, but going ahead and training it in a proper way, passing the data in a proper format is something which also needs to be take care. Okay, so they were lucky enough to manage that and to go ahead and bring to the people something which is known as GPT. Okay, am I making any sense till now, or do we have any questions till what I said till now? Anyone can unmute themselves or raise their hand or ask over the chat, and can we proceed, or is it going any fast? So you can let me know. Yes, anyone? Okay, think no one. Okay, so yeah, coming to the next point over here. Okay, so as I was saying, for me it is not important कि मैं अगर chat GPT पे जाऊँ और मैं उसको पूछूं कि who is the prime minister of India and he says me Narendra Modi. Okay, that's not important for me. Giving a correct answer is not what is the USP of chat GPT or any language model. Let me make it very clear to you. Yeah, sorry, I do understand that there are some Telugu people as well, so I'll avoid this in between Hindi. Okay, I'll take care of that. Telugu is something which I don't know. Okay, sorry for that. But yes, English, are you comfortable with English? Okay, good. And now, in this case, I would like to. Okay, so what I was saying, for me, it's not important that GPT should go ahead and give me correct answer. For me, something which is very important is GPT should understand what I am trying to say. Natural language understanding is something which is a USP of any language model instead of going ahead and giving a correct answer. Correct answer is obviously is always a plus, but going ahead and understanding what you are trying to say is something very important. Okay, so this language model are built to go ahead and understand human language. Now let's come to what we would be learning within this course. So OpenAI is a company. OpenAI have two products. They said that we have ChatGPT, which we have made available to the people. They can go ahead and use it for the daily tasks, which can go ahead and help them to improve their productivity. You ask them any question, it will go ahead and respond to them, and it will make their life easier. Okay, they're very good people. The world is using ChatGPT. Okay, the world is using ChatGPT now. On the other hand, they have one product which is known as API, the API of ChatGPT, where it allows you to go ahead and directly talk to the model using an API of ChatGPT, where you need to go ahead and create a key, and you can start going ahead and using it where you have been charged. Obviously, you have been charged on each and every token you generate. But what's the advantage of that? The advantage of that is you can go ahead and fine tune the model. Fine tune the model means you can go ahead and change the behavior of the model. You can make it answer on what you want it to do, and you can obviously uh, you can obviously go ahead and add more data, recent data. As we know, this language model training involves lot of cost, and the current GPT 3.5 has been trained only till the data which is there in 2021. Matlab, OpenAI says that my model knows everything in the world which happened till 2021. After 2021, I am not sure what happened. So the GPT 3.5 model won't be going ahead and responding to anything after 2021, I believe. Okay, so yes, there could be a limitation. Let's for an example take I need to go ahead and create a chatbot which would be having a basic understanding about the general knowledge of India. Okay, if I go ahead and ask it anything about India or anything about the politics in India, which is a trending topic nowadays, if I go ahead and ask him that who is the minister of a particular state, he won't be in a position to go ahead and answer me about if anything has changed after 2021. So yes, if we want to utilize this language model, which is the need of the industry right now, if we want to utilize this model to go ahead and answer to a question and want it to go ahead and answer on our data, so there are two techniques by which we can go ahead and achieve that. One is by going ahead and fine tuning the model. Fine tuning means you can go ahead and add your data. That data would be fed it to the model, so model would be having all the information along with what the information you have. Okay, The reason why I am today to make you understand that fine tuning is not that effective. So within an ocean, if you go ahead and add a drop, so in the ocean of data, okay, in the ocean of data, if you are just going ahead and adding a drop, I don't think so it would go ahead and make any difference in the knowledge of the model, and there would be a possibility that it may go ahead and skip that information, or it may go ahead and have some behavioral issue. Uh, no, it is not a theoretical session. We would be moving towards the practical implementation as well. But I do believe it is too early for a practical implementation before making you understand that what exactly you are here for. Okay, so we would be moving to practical implementation as well. Okay, in terms of final project, I don't believe we have much time for a final project, but yes, we do have time for a project. So we would be doing a project. Okay, if time for forbids. Okay, so as I was saying, okay, yes, fine tuning is one of the method. Another method is something which is called as prompt engineering, the famous word which is out there. You won't be seeing a job which called as fine tuning LLM, but yes, obviously you would be seeing 10 jobs. You're able to explain to the PPT or using board, sir? Are you able? I never use PPT to go ahead and explain it, but yes, whatever I am saying would be from the PPT itself, and I would be making sure everything from the PPT is covered, because if I change slide you will get bored. Okay, uh, so prompt engineering is something which we would be going ahead and focusing upon, that how you go ahead and make the model work in a way such that you want it to work. Okay, so how to talk to a language model. Okay, how you are able, how you can go ahead and talk to a language model, how you can make a language model to reply or respond in such a way which you wanted, how already the information which is available with ChatGPT, how you can alter it and make it answer according to the information which you have provided to it, is something which comes under the domain of prompt engineering, and this is what we are going to learn in this sessions. Okay, that how we can go ahead and interact with a language model. We know how humans communicated with each other, but something which has been newly introduced as language model came, now we would also need to learn that how to talk to them is something which we would be learning within this course. Okay, so obviously it would be evolving some code within it. Okay, and it won't be a pure theoretical sessions. So are we at least clear why we are here today, or why we are here for this sessions? Or do anyone still have any doubt? Can raise it over the chat, or raise their hand, or unmute themselves and ask me. Yes, anyone? Okay, so moving further, uh, so GPT OpenAI is become a brand. Okay, now as it has become a brand, it was reason why it has become a brand because it was the first one to be in the industry and become so famous. It doesn't mean that before that we never had any language model. Yeah, not any prerequisite actually needed, but yes, there I would say if you want to see this are just a workshop of 1 hour for 5 days. So obviously you are learning something which is derived from something. You are learning prompt engineering, which is derived from the basics of machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, and neural network. So there is an ocean of prerequisite which you need to have, obviously. But this is not to make you understand concept. This is to make you familiar with the concept such that you are aware about something which 80% of the population still not aware about. Okay, okay, ठीक है. So as I was saying, so Chat GPT or 3.5 Turbo or OpenAI is not the first company which is which have introduced this language model. And there were language model long back. There was BERT, which was available from Google. There is Gemini, which is available from Google. There is Falcon. there is Llama from Facebook, and there are many more language models which are available. Okay, then why OpenAI GPT has taken such a boom? And let me just be very honest, as I am working in the industry, let me share you with personal experience. There are models available in the market which performs better as compared to OpenAI. Then why we are so much into, and why the industry is so much into OpenAI only? There are few reasons for that. Easy access. All you have to do is just go to the website, generate an API key. They have a ready-made code available for you. You just go ahead and use it. Okay, that's the one thing. Okay. Secondly, for all the other models, there are something they might involve a little bit of coding, and they might involve a little bit of R&D to go ahead and get that model, and then going ahead and deploying that model would go ahead and involve a lot of cost. But on the other hand, ChatGPT, how OpenAI works, OpenAI basically, it doesn't give you any access to its model to take it offline or anything. All it says is my models are already deployed on my server. If you want to use it, take an API key, you use it, I'll charge you based on the tokens which you use it. So it's a pay as you go format. So you go ahead and call the model, you ask it something. Let's, for example, you ask it um who is the best cricketer in India. So it will go ahead and give you some response. Okay. So who is the best cricketer in India would have some token count, and output would have some token count. So it would go ahead and charge you on that. Input token and output token, it would go ahead and charge you. Let me just give you an idea what exactly the charge could be. Okay. If you could see my screen, I would be helping you with the charges for that. Okay. So this
Sir, can
is,
we have any free APIs to use?
yeah, obviously no, free is not available in GPT, but yes, I would be going ahead and trying to get an API key to go ahead and make you explain how to call the API of ChatGPT and get response is something which I would obviously be doing that. Okay, so yes, the 4.0 pricing is here. Okay, so per million token, it goes ahead and charge you for, the utilization per million token. This is 3.5 turbo for on which GPT is working, which is available to the people. You can call it directly for 1 million token. It charges you $0.50 for input and $1.5 for output. So obviously, it generates a token for you that would be costing more as compared to when you pass it as an input token. Okay, so there are many things, there are many concepts which we need to be familiar about while this. So it's look very easy that all you have to do is just talk to a model, but there are various parameters which you can just see over the screen context window. You won't be understanding this concept right now. So there are many things which are involved, which goes ahead and make you a prompt engineer. Okay, there is something which is called as embedding, significance of embedding and everything. Okay, so many are things which we would be going ahead and learning as well within this workshop. Okay. Till now, do anyone have any doubt or think anything which I have missed and they would like to ask that as well? Yes, anyone, please. Okay, I think so. No doubt till now. Okay, we have a doubt. Okay, we have no doubt. Okay, so prompt, the word prompt, what does prompt mean? So if anyone is not unmuting themselves, I may ask the person to go ahead and unmute themselves, and I can go ahead and ask them a question. Would that work, or you want to just give it a try? It would obviously be a wrong response, it can be a correct response, but I want you to try and make me understand what a prompt means. Yes, anyone, please.
Giving some data that getting an output for us, accurate output.
Wrong. And yes, anyone. I can see names such as Jagadish, Hemant, Mehdi. Divakar, Naga, Sai Kiran, everyone. I want you guys to be a little bit interactive. Prompt is equal to command. Yes, you can say, but the perfect word. It's just a one word which you use daily. That's what prompt means. Only difference is we are calling it prompt, but actually it means something else which we daily use. Yes, anyone? Okay. So let me just tell you, prompt means nothing but a simple set of instructions which you give to the model. Okay. Now let me just make you understand that how generative AI has made our life easier. Okay, we would be going ahead and taking an example of a chatbot. Now, obviously, all the banking websites, each and every website is going ahead and implementing a chatbot. The interaction, the human interaction and everything is getting eliminated day by day. Contact centers, which was working at a strength of 1,000 to 2,000 people, has now brought down to 200 to 250 people. It is just the impact of AI, which has which is able to go ahead and do this. Okay, so basic tasks have been replaced by IVR. So there was a person who was sitting over there who used to go ahead and redirect the call to the relevant department. Now the IVR is doing that, but that no contribution from AI. But yes, basic tasks such as asking basic query that I need to apply for a debit card. How do I change the pin of my debit card? For that, we used to go ahead and contact the contact center or visit the branch. But if we are at home, we would prefer to contact the contact center. There, a person would come to the call and help us to go ahead and change a pin. But this has been replaced by chatbots, where we can just go ahead and ask a chatbot and it can help us with all the relevant information related to changing a pin in the debit card and guiding you that what page you can go ahead and change that pin. Okay, so chatbot are the major application of generative AI. Okay, we can use them, we can extract the power of generative AI. But how it has helped or improved the chatbot industry, let me make you understand that. Okay, so initially, how it used to work is creating a chatbot was by going ahead and understanding the patterns. Okay, so how to apply for debit card, how to apply for credit card. These are two different things. So as a bot, I am expected to go ahead and reply differently in term for a debit card and credit card. Okay, so how would I apply for debit card? I would say that to apply for debit card, you need to go to this website and this is the form which you need to fill. For applying for credit card, you need to have this much of CIBIL score and this is the website where you can try getting a credit card, and this is the process to apply for a credit card, and executive would be giving a call, just for an example. Okay, and this response is a fixed static response which would be coming to the user. Okay, now as I said, initially the chatbot were built by using a technique which is called as pattern matching techniques or keywords extraction methods. So here the credit card would be a keyword and here debit would be a keyword. If based on the difference of this keyword, if this keyword is found, then answer this. If this keyword is found, then you have to go ahead and answer this. Actually, the model or the chatbot was not understanding what the user is trying to say. This the industry faced a lot of issues such that, let me just tell you, uh let's just for an example take, I created a chatbot on the general knowledge of India. Okay, general knowledge of India, which would say like who is the president of India. Okay, it would say the person's name. Who is the prime minister of India? It would say the person name. Okay, but if I ask that what is the name of the son of prime minister of India? As I said, initial chatbot works on keyword and pattern matching methods, where it would see prime minister and it would say that yes, it is asking for name, I believe. Then it would go ahead and return the name of the prime minister. If I ask who is the son of prime minister of India, then it would also go ahead and give the same response, because it is a static response which we are feeding from any database or anywhere it could be, and we are just going ahead and giving that response. Okay, so that method was not effective because the machine was not actually understanding what the user is trying to say. But with generative AI, now you would be able to relate when I said this, that each and every possible conversation in the world which happened for the last 100 or 200 years, whatever it may be, has been given to the model, that if this certain word comes, you go ahead and understand that what could be the possible output. So it is actually not going for any keyword or pattern matching. It is actually understanding what the user is trying to ask. So generative AI is capable of understanding that difference which initial old AI didn't understood, that what is the name of the president and what is the name of son of the president is something which generative AI understood is different, but the old AI didn't understood. So that's the reason generative AI has taken a big boom into the industry of chatbot or natural language applications. Okay, because it is actually understanding the user query, what exactly it is trying to say. Okay, understanding till here everyone is clear, or do we have any doubt? You can raise your hand, anyone, or you can just give a confirmation over the chat box or give a thumbs up or anything, just to confirm that you're understanding what I am trying to say. Okay, so I believe I got few confirmation. Considering that, I can move further. Okay, so now we understood that what it is solving, but when we it is actually solving this issue, now coming to what I said earlier, it is only having information till 2021. What if I want to go ahead and create a chatbot which could be having knowledge about my bank? Now if I go to ChatGPT and ask that how to apply for a credit card for HDFC bank, it would be giving me the information only till 2021. Now I believe the process would have changed. What is the benefit of SBI Indian Oil credit card? Maybe a possibility back in 2021 this card was not introduced. Then how I could go ahead and make this model answer to the question to which it doesn't have knowledge about. So let's move to fine tuning, which OpenAI gave us the provision. Okay, you can come, you can take my model and you can add your information. There are some cost which would be involved in that. You pay me and you would be going ahead and adding your data. But yes, the market saw and everyone in this industry saw that it is not that effective. It is going ahead and manipulating the model. The model is hallucinating. Hallucinating matlab it is not able to understand what we are trying to say. So this issue arose and there came a solution which was called as prompt engineering. So in prompt engineering, you explicitly tell the model, hello, hi, this is the role which you would be performing. You will be going ahead and acting as an agent from HDFC Bank, where you need to go ahead and help the customer with any queries related to HDFC Bank. And this is all the latest information since 2021 till date, and you can answer only from this. And this is something which you will give to the model, and along with the question that information would be coming every time, and the model would be answering from that information and giving a final output to the user. So this is how prompt engineering behaves. So what happens in prompt engineering, every time with the question the new information comes, and if the model goes to the new information, extract the answer from that and give the output to the user. Got a glimpse of what exactly prompt engineering does? A thumbs up or confirmation may work. Okay, ठीक है. Now this is what prompt engineering does. But when what happens is every time you go ahead and solve something, a next problem, I'll repeat myself. I repeat myself. Okay. So I'll explain. I'll try to explain you with the help of a graph. Okay. The help of a diagram maybe. Just give me a minute. Okay. So initially the flow was something like this. The user question. Here we have GPT 3.5 turbo. and here we have answer. So question goes to GPT. GPT understand the question and give the answer to the user. Simple, straight flow. Either, as I said, you can fine tune, add your information over here. So this would be GPT plus your information, but that involves cost. Along with it may go ahead and not give you a proper response, and it may miss on that information, because as I said, you are just adding a drop to the entire ocean. Okay. So what prompt engineering does is question, okay, plus the recent information in the form of text. Okay, it could be a txt file or pdf file or anything it could be. Okay, question this information. Okay, these are clubbed together, this question and this information. Okay, these are clubbed together and this is given to gpt. And as I said, prompt is nothing but a set of instruction. Okay, so here we would be having three things, in fact: question plus the new information. Yes. Okay, so we would be having question plus the new information plus a very important thing which is known as prompt, for which for the now being initially we would be only calling it as instruction. So instruction plus question plus the new information would be going to GPT and it would be generating an answer. What this instruction would say, this instruction would say that GPT, you don't need to answer from what you already know. Okay, what you already know, you need to answer from this which I am giving it to you. Okay, and answer only from this and give it an answer. So what happens is, if GPT understand everything, it will also understand what are you trying to say. If you ask it to go ahead and ignore the information which he is having, it will obviously do that, and it will take the answer from this information which you have given, and it will generate a final answer from this text. Okay, so this is what prompt engineering in a nutshell does for you. After anyone are able to use the modify model, or the person only can use the modify model. Okay, so there is a question which says when we go ahead and modify, the proper word would be fine tune. Are we able to use the model or anyone can go ahead and use it? So it's in your personal account, your fine tuned model. So only you have the access to that model. When I am talking only about OpenAI ka GPT model. Okay. Okay. So everyone understood this? Yes. Anyone do have doubt in this flow? Okay. I believe I am receiving few confirmation from people that they have understood this. So this in a nutshell is prompt engineering, and this is what which we need to learn. It looks very simple that there are only four parameters, but there are tons of parameter involved within it. There are many technical concepts. Okay. So building and language model is a completely different story altogether. But yes, talking to a language model and unleashing or utilizing a power is something which is the industry focused on right now, because the industry has said from the past experience that when, let's just take example, when refrigerator was invented, it was not the refrigerators company which became billionaire, it was the company which utilized that technology became billionaire. Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up were the company which became billionaire when the refrigerator was introduced, because they were of no use if there were no refrigerator. Similarly, the market and the industry believes that this is something which we needed, but this has been introduced. So there is not much of a competition in going ahead and building it again from scratch, because that would basically burn a lot of money and it's of no use. Now we need to utilize this to go ahead and create an end product. Okay, an end product could be anything. It could be a smart chatbot, it could be some AI based application as well, which could go ahead and make a human life easy. There are n number of applications which are now available. Something which is called as market analyzer, which will go ahead and help you to understand the sentiments of the market based on the news, because it is understanding natural language. It may go ahead and read the news for you and give you the sentiments of the market, which can help the traders. So each and every industry is trying to go ahead and use this, unleash its power, and go ahead and create a product. Okay, and that's the reason we are here going to understand that how we would be going ahead and using this in the upcoming sessions. clear till here? Yes, people, are we clear? I see few thumbs up. Thank you for that. And thank you for the people who tried to be a little bit corporate. Okay. So I believe it was just an quick introduction to make you guys understand whether you feel you are in the right place or not, whether this is something which you wanted or not. Okay, so we would be having four session where we would be going ahead and taking a brief overview and understanding what exactly and how exactly these things are achieved, such that we are not someone who is not at all familiar with this concept. Okay, let me just give you a brief of what are the topics. Okay, so we would be learning how to write a prompt. Okay, actually we would be going and writing a prompt, and what are the types of prompt, and in what scenarios what type of prompt is suggested. Okay, okay, and that's it. And few basics of NLP is something which we would be going ahead and learning within this. Okay, what are the type of chatbots is something which I will explain you. Okay, anything else which I may go ahead and help you with, or any doubts which I can help you to go ahead and clear? Yes, people, or any doubts related to this you would have? Okay, so what I want you as a basic requirement today, what you do is, okay, you go to OpenAI website. Okay, this is the GPT which you always go to OpenAI. Okay, there you
Sir, we
would be.
can't see your screen. Just we are seeing the PPT.
Okay, you can just see the PPT. Okay, I'll share my entire screen. Now can you see my screen where I am on
Yes,
the
sir.
OpenAI website? Okay, so here you need to go to products. Can we build a chat GPT like AI using chat GPT? A very good question, but yes, if you have a lot of money. Okay, so you need to go to products, and this is what we would be interested in, the API login. Okay, so we need to get into this API login, create your free account. Okay, all you need to do is just create your free account and explore what they are saying, what they are talking about the models, what they are the pricing of the model, what is the significance of each and every model over there. So they have multiple models which perform multiple tasks. Okay, so they are coming up with something which is called as, I'm not sure about the name, let me just recall the name. Sora. Yeah, OpenAI. Am I audible now? Just give me a confirmation, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so this is not something which is getting download over the internet. This is something which is it has created. So the same story again. This we have moved same back. So where in there we took an example. It has been trained to on each and every possible conversation which could be there in the world. It now it has been trained on each and every possible thing which a human eye can see in the world. Okay, if it knows everything, it would understand the word and go ahead and create that. Because you as a human, if I go ahead and tell you this and I'll ask you to imagine, yes, you would be able to go ahead and imagine the same thing which it is written over here. So just your imagination is brought into picture by using this Sora. See this? Yeah, this is something which I personally like. See the prompt. So if I tell you, yes, obviously you would be in a position to go ahead and imagine it, and there is something which you would go ahead and process it in your mind. So the imagination is brought into reality by using OpenAI. So for that, you have seen those things. So that's the reason you are able to club them together. So this is thinking of human brain, and this is what is called as GenAI. The same thing over here, the same thing over here. So explore OpenAI, understand what actually they have reached up to, where they are exactly, and where the Gen AI industry is now. Okay. Apart from this, yes, there are also many open source model which go ahead and perform the same level, but the reason is they are not easily accessible. One thing, and secondly, if they are available, they are not been deployed. You need to go ahead and deploy, which would go ahead and involve some cost. So that's the reason it's not so flexible to go ahead and use them. But yes, it is very flexible to use any product from OpenAI. There's a lot which we would be discussing in the upcoming session, but I believe that's it from my end for today. In case anything or you need to ask or you would be having doubt about, you can stay back, rest. I believe we are good to go for today. Thank you very much, people, for coming.
Yeah, Faiz. Shall we wind up?
Yes, Chandana, I believe I am done. I am just waiting for if they may have any question or anything they need help about. I would be staying back for next 5 to 6 minutes for them. In case no, then we can wind up.
Sure. I hope no more questions, Faiz. So we'll wind up the session.
Okay, Chandana, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
So we are not taking any attendance. You have to just attend these live classes. That's it, Venkata. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining the session and thank you for Ayaj.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll meet on tomorrow.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, good
Thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Good night.